Hey everyone, the last Shoegazer here, back with another installment of About Last Nightmare. As you guys know, this is the collaborative movie review series I've been doing for a good while now with my good buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares JM. And if you've been tuning into this series, you know that he takes care of part one, kind of shares some fun facts about the film that we watched together. And makes some really cool connections among other films that the director may have worked on, cast and different characters that we see in the different films that we watch. Really great stuff. And I always take care of part two, where I kind of talk about our overall takeaway of the film, the vibe, make some connections. To other films that are popular as well that might be familiar to you, as some of these might not be. But last night we checked out Deep in the Darkness, and this is a Scream Factory release. This is a copy that I picked up during my visit to Jason. We spent a day together in his hometown in Maryland a couple of weeks ago, and found this at a record and tape traders, which I was really excited to discover. Had a really great time together, and was really happy to watch this for the first time with Jason last night. So this is the alternate artwork. I took the disc out so I could show you the artwork that was on there originally. A Quiet Town, A Deadly Secret. You can see that's on the back here as well. But I really liked the roots. Just kind of I don't know, looked a little bit more unsettling, evil. The other artwork I really liked as well. But just, I don't know, something about this really liked. You can see the people there by the house, but the roots going down into the depths of the earth definitely connects with the title here, and the people, well, creatures rather, that this is kind of alluding to. Hearing this title for the first, I originally thought it might be like Deep in the Woods. While that is partly true, this is a little more accurate. So if you haven't seen this before, I don't want to give anything away, but I will let you read the synopsis here. If you want to hear what it's about, I won't talk your ear off on what you can read, but you can see it's about a doctor moving to a small town. The town has a lot of secrets that his family kind of gets caught up in. There's a lot of twists, a lot of turns. You can see it's a Chiller Films release, and Scream Factory did a nice DVD production of it. So yeah, we both thought that this had a little bit of like a Stephen King, like quaint, cozy small town feel, yet filled with a lot of terror and dread and a lot of mysterious characters, a lot of horrific things happening that are going unanswered. People are behaving strangely. The doctor is kind of unsure of what's going on. There's some things that are shared with him that are kind of secretive, some ritualistic behavior that he's kind of enticed to take part in, that he's very hesitant to. He's having extremely vivid, horrific dreams, visions. It is just a really, really wild time. And then around like the halfway, maybe almost 3/4 mark, it goes from almost like a Stephen King-esque, almost like Twilight Zone sort of vibe, to almost like the Descent, which is one of my favorite creature features of all time. And while it wasn't quite as claustrophobic and intense as The Descent was, in my opinion, the creatures and the overall look of what this is connected to, Deep in the Darkness, is very, very horrific and Not a whole lot of CGI based on what I could tell. You know, definite people dressed up. Very unsettling look of the creatures used. Really, really reminiscent of The Descent. So if you like that, mixed with you know, the mystery and the character development of like some Stephen King films, which I'm a massive Stephen King fan. So this just sat really well with me all around. Jason really enjoys this one. I believe he turned his artwork around to show this as well. Yeah, we give this, we're kind of somewhere between like an 8 and an 8.5 on this one. I threw out 8.5, and I think he was more at an 8, which I could kind of go that direction too. It was not amazing and earth-shattering, like, you know, in my opinion, like a Quiet Place was. Which parts of this have some, you know, a bit of a similar feel, like out in the woods, the creatures out in the woods. They look completely different, but you know, there is a little bit of the woods kind of setting that's very creepy, but a lot of what happens is, like I said, connected to what you're seeing here. That's the deep in the darkness, but some of the ritualistic kind of I wouldn't say traditions, but the tales of some things going on, and the town's past, and what the townsfolk have had to do to survive, is just really pretty out there. This is very gory at times. It's not too over the top because it is, as I mentioned, a Chiller Films release, so it's not too over the top. I don't see a rating on here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you do. Definitely the intensity was kind of like an R rating, but this, I mean, this could kind of border like a PG-13 kind of film. But the dream sequences and what happens deep in the darkness and out in the woods, yeah, it looks awesome. Very creepy, very unsettling. The practical effects used with the creatures that kind of do make their appearance a little bit further on in the film. It's a bit of a slow burn. You know, they leave a lot of room for character development, the story to build, more questions that kind of need answering. The doctor just keeps getting more and more confused and feels like he's kind of going insane. So that in and of itself made for a good story, but then boy, once it takes it to the next level, it is awesome. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next nightmare, have a good one.